Yeah, boy!
Welcome. Omcatsat here, and we are back with another video. I was wondering what subject matter to discuss today. Then, as if by magic, YouTuber, Rocking Mystery, came out with a video on natural law. In his vid, the Rocking Philosopher cited another video by Roaming Millennial, which was on the same subject. So I watched that one too. It's a weighty topic, but one that's well worth trying to get our heads around. I don't want to spend today dissecting those videos. Both of them have their merits and shortcomings. What I will do here is simply chip in my 2 cents, and you can add that to the mix. But I do so with the caveat and disclaimer that what follows is not legal advice and is intended for entertainment purposes only. The core issues for me, which may help us untangle the apparent confusion surrounding the topic of rights, is firstly, to have an understanding and use of the correct terminology. Secondly, to have a grasp on the exertion of jurisdiction. And, thirdly, how to stand and assert oneself in any given capacity. We may not be able to cover all of these today, but we will do what we can. The best word for natural law or natural rights that will help us understand the distinction between different types of rights is unalienable. Unalienable rights are God-given rights. Now, obviously the phrase God-given doesn't sit well with the atheist community. They would prefer the term natural rights, and that's fine. Examples of unalienable rights are written in the Declaration of Independence. The classic unalienable rights mentioned there are the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We can further understand unalienable or God-given rights straight from the proverbial horse's mouth by referring to the myriad of scriptures of multiple traditions wherein rights, duties, and obligations have been laid out threadbare. They are basically your do's and your don'ts, which are conducive for a harmonious life. Different scriptures expound varying degrees of right based on time, place, and circumstance. One of the fundamental rules accepted by both theists and moral atheists alike is the golden rule. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The word unalienable is very significant. It is fundamental to our understanding of natural rights. It is a legal term that acknowledges the supremacy of natural law. You may be familiar with the term legal alien. The alien being referred to isn't some entity from a galaxy far, far away. The key word is lien. A lien is defined as a qualified right of property. Imagine, if you will, a builder who builds an extension on someone's house, and then the homeowner refuses to pay the builder. The builder can seek legal remedy by putting a lien on the property which he has worked on. For the time being, the builder is out of luck, but if or when the homeowner sells his house, the lien on his property will be settled before any other financial obligations are met. And the builder gets his money. So God-given rights are unalienable, in the sense that one cannot put a lien or claim a right on those freedoms. What is beautiful about a constitutional republic, like the United States, is that the individual is sovereign. In a democracy, the sovereignty is held in the group. In a republic, you have self-determination and self-governance where the individual right is prioritized over the majority. This means that minority rights are protected. In a republic, the group only has advisory powers. The sovereign individual is free to reject the majority groupthink. With the exception that, if 100% of a jury convicts someone, then the individual loses sovereignty and is subject to groupthink, as in a democracy. Now, if you don't want to self-govern and assert your unalienable rights, the government is more than happy to take that responsibility for you, which they do through consent. That is written in the Declaration of Independence. quote, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. A democracy then, is a form of government, in which the sovereign power resides in, and is exercised by the whole body of free citizens, directly, or indirectly, through a system of representation, as distinguished, from a monarchy, aristocracy, or oligarchy. We recently saw in the UK, with the Brexit vote, that 52% beat 48%. In other words, the minority in a democracy, have no rights. The minority only has those privileges granted to them, by the dictates, of the majority. By consenting to the jurisdiction of government, you are, in effect, waiving your unalienable rights.
Said that all governments must maintain power through consent.
No, the way we police in the UK, the way we police is by consent.
The government then grants you civil rights, which are alienable. They are actually classified as civic rights, which are benefit privileges that can be granted, or appealed, or modified. In the US, they have a three-tiered caste system or hierarchy, that is, the people at the top, the government agencies under the people, and the citizenry governed by the various government agencies. The United States is a mixture of the two systems of government. A republican, under common law, and democratic, under statutory law. The people enjoy their God-given natural rights in the republic. In a democracy, the citizens enjoy only government-granted privileges. I can't finish without adding to roaming millennials' reference to John Locke. It's very relevant. There was a great political division between two major philosophers, Hobbes and Locke. Hobbes was on the side of government. He believed that sovereignty was vested in the state, whereas Locke was on the side of the people. Locke believed that the fountain of sovereignty was the people of the state, while your statists preferred Hobbes. And your populists choose Locke. We find in California, the government code sides with Locke. Section 11120 and Section 54950 both say, quote, the people of this state do not yield their sovereignty to the agencies which serve them. Also, the preambles of the US and California constitutions also affirm the choice of Locke by the people. So, in regards to the assertion of rights, one needs to learn how one is consenting to any given jurisdiction, and how to stand in any particular capacity, either as a people, or as a citizen, or as an Apache attack helicopter. Cat, sat.
Yeah, boy!